What if the Black Plague had wiped out all of Europe? Picture it, a world without Europe's art, science, politics, and culture as we know it today. Let's dive into a version of history where this deadly disease takes an even darker turn, changing the course of civilization forever. In the 14th century, Europe was hit hard by the Black Death, or Bubonic Plague. This disease swept across the continent like a storm, killing millions in just a few years. Entire towns vanished, and the streets of major cities were deserted. The worst part, no one knew what caused it or how to stop it. Doctors tried everything, from bloodletting to covering themselves in herbs, but nothing seemed to work. It was like nature itself had turned against Europe, showing no mercy. But let's go a step further. What if, instead of killing 1/3 of Europe's population, the plague had wiped out nearly everyone? Imagine the world without the Italian Renaissance, where minds like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo never brought art and science together in new ways. Without them, the wonders of Renaissance art and architecture simply wouldn't exist. Think about science, too. During the centuries after the Black Death, European thinkers began to challenge old beliefs, laying the groundwork for the scientific revolution. Figures like Galileo and Newton, who explored the mysteries of space, gravity, and physics, helped shape modern science. If Europe had fallen, who would have pushed the boundaries of human knowledge in the same way? Would we have the same understanding of our universe, or even the technology we rely on every day? Maybe not. We might have missed out on centuries of innovation, and who knows how far behind we'd be today. Religion would have been transformed too. In our timeline, the Catholic Church held tremendous power over Europe, but it also faced criticism and challenges. The Protestant Reformation, led by Martin Luther, changed the way people thought about religion, freedom, and authority. If Europe had been wiped out, the Reformation might never have happened. Other regions might not have been inspired to question or reshape their own religious beliefs. Christianity might look very different, or might not have spread as widely across the globe. And politics. Without Europe, the concept of modern democracy might look very different today. During the Middle Ages, kingdoms and empires clashed with knights and castles and epic battles. But after the Black Death, Europe's political landscape shifted. As feudalism declined, new political ideas emerged. Eventually, these ideas inspired revolutions which led to the democracy we see today. But in a world where the Black Plague left Europe in ruins, the ideas of personal freedom, voting, and equal rights might never have spread. Let's consider the Americas. In our world, Christopher Columbus sailed west from Spain in 1492, leading to the discovery of the Americas. This event connected two worlds, forever changing the people, cultures, and histories on both sides. But without a surviving Europe, would anyone else have made that journey? Perhaps some other civilization would have sailed to the Americas. Maybe the Native American cultures would have evolved without European influence, creating entirely different empires and societies. Imagine the stories that would have emerged from a world where these cultures developed without outside interference. There's also the matter of trade and exploration. Europe's expansion reshaped the globe, connecting distant lands through trade routes that brought new foods, spices, and ideas. The Age of Exploration saw European explorers mapping the world, searching for new lands and wealth. Without Europe, another part of the world might have taken the lead. Maybe China, with its advanced naval technology, would have dominated the seas. Or perhaps powerful African empires like Mali would have become the centers of global trade and innovation. This alternate world might look completely different, with unique alliances, cultures, and economies. Languages would have been transformed too. Today, many people around the world speak European languages like English, Spanish, and French. These languages are used for business, science, and even on the internet. But if the Black Plague had wiped out Europe, these languages might never have spread. Instead, languages from other parts of the world could have become dominant, creating a global culture very different from the one we know. So what about technology? European innovations after the plague, like the printing press, allowed ideas to spread quickly, fueling the Renaissance and, later, the Industrial Revolution. The spread of books, science, and technology accelerated human progress. But in a world without Europe, would we have the same access to knowledge? The Industrial Revolution that powered factories and transformed societies might have been delayed by centuries, affecting every aspect of our lives today, from transportation to communication. Imagine life today without the internet, without modern medicine, or without electricity. We might still be living in a world that's far less advanced. Medicine would have taken a different path too. The research, vaccines, and treatments that save lives daily could have been delayed, affecting generations of people across the world. Diseases that we consider rare today might have been much more common, changing the way we live, work, and interact. But this is just one version of history. The Black Death was horrific, but humanity survived and even flourished. It reminds us of the fragility of life and the strength of resilience. So, if you're fascinated by alternate histories like this, hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into the what-ifs of our world. Who knows what else we'll uncover next?